able to show y'all what is here in Cobb. So welcome. I do think I introduced myself, and please tell the ones that didn't show up tonight that they missed one heck of a visit. So they'll be jealous, and that's okay. But my name is Allison Carter, and I am the director here. I have the true honor and privilege of being the director here at the Cobb County Safety Village. I've been here for 13 years, and it doesn't feel like it has been that long. So I wanted to give you a little bit, so welcome to the Safety Village. If you're wondering where you are, you're smack dab in the middle of the county. And so that's always, everybody always wonders, where are we going? But probably for y'all, you've already been down County Services Road a million times and Al Bishop. So, but welcome to the Safety Village. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of history about what we do, and then I'm gonna take you around the facility and get to see all the amazing things that we do here. So in 1978, the state of Georgia mandated fire and life prevention education needed to take place in the school system. So at that time, Cobb Fire took it on, started going out to every first, third, and fifth grade classrooms, doing stop, drop, and roll, friendly firefighter, that kind of thing. Well, fast forward 30 years, as Cobb County doubled in size, we were spending a lot of county dollars sending off-duty firefighters to the school systems, and we couldn't reach everybody. So our fire chief at the time, Chief Denlinger, she said, you know what? Looking at structure fires and deaths. So after 30 years of prevention education, they could see that population doubled. You would also expect that structure fires would double, right? Well, it didn't. They stayed about the same. So we know that prevention education was a piece of that, but also codes, sprinkler systems, that kind of thing. But what had decreased was fire deaths in our young population, because those are most susceptible, is 8 and younger, and our adult seniors. So that had decreased. And so we knew that it was effective, but we needed to be more efficient at it. And so she put a group together, started researching, came across the Safety Village concept in Canada. At that time, they started visiting other safety villages in Canada, here in the US, and asked them, what would you do differently? Kind of saw how they did their program. And then in 2008, we broke ground, and in 2009, we opened our doors, and so today we educate every kindergartner, second, and fourth grader in Cobb County. Our team goes out to every kindergarten class and does stay below the smoke at Friendly Firefighter. Good afternoon, glad you're here. And every second and fourth grader in Cobb comes to our facility. And so they are here every day from 10 to 1. And we do 9 20-minute modules, and I'm going to show you what those modules look like. They learn something different every time that they're here based on their age. And so we have about 22,000 kids that come through August through May. So if school is in, we are in. But it is a privilege. So that includes Marietta City Schools, our Cobb County schools, all of our private schools, and then we have 3 days of homeschools that we take on. And then along with that, all of our special needs. So our team is amazing, and let me tell you about them. So I oversee this facility and make sure the education team has everything that they need to do and run. And then when we go out back, that's overseen by the Safety Village Foundation. So there's a nonprofit side to this project, and so I am the director for the foundation, and I help oversee that piece. Then we have Lieutenant Fernandez. Michelle is over all of our education and our educators. And so they are all full-time firefighters, and they can go back to the field at any time. So if she wanted to go back out in the field and fight fires, then she is able to do that with her keeping her firefighter status. And so we've got Michelle. We have 4 full-time firefighters that are here as part of education. You will be surprised, it's probably one of the largest education divisions in a fire department, at least in the state of Georgia that I know of. But they have taken it seriously since 1978, and they continue to pour into it because they know prevention. If we can prevent a fire, boy, that really does not only save lives, but just the quality of life, right? And so we have 4 full-time firefighters. When we opened, our police chief knew what we were going to do and the impact that we were going to make, and so he assigned 2 full-time two police officers down here. When Sheriff Owens came in, he came from the police department. He was with the police department 26 years, 27. Something like. And so when he got elected as sheriff, I kid you not, about 6 weeks into his term, he called me up and said, I have an educator that I want to bring down there. Because he knew the impact, the positive impact that he would make in front of that many children, and he wanted his department represented. And so we've had a deputy down here for the last 7 years. And so we were honored to do that. And then 911 wanted to jump on. And so we have 8 call takers that can do 2 shifts a month that come down here to help with education. And so we are very grateful for our public safety families that come down. On top of that, we have about 8 to 10 off-duty firefighters that come in to help support, because we can run up to 8 lines, which means 8 classes. So when one class comes off of us, they are going to get paired up with the public safety personnel, and then they're going to go do. So even if it's the sheriff's deputy, they're going to talk about fire, they're going to talk about what we do in our police classrooms, and they're going to cover it all. And so that's kind of how the team is made up. We have 2 admins that are part of here that help keep us on track and running smoothly. And then we have 2 property management personnel that are assigned to our facility. So I hope when you go around, despite what little pieces of trash might be around, because we did have 600 people that were here today, and so I tried to scour around and pick it all up, but otherwise, you will see that this facility is maintained, because we've had over 500,000 students that have come through our doors, and we're very proud of that. But hopefully you will see that it is just as grand as the day that we open, and that's what we strive for, along with making sure that our sponsors have that experience as well. If they stop by at any time, we want them to be as proud of their building in the back as they are. And I can't wait to show you those. So that's kind of what we do on a daily basis. I do want to share a couple of other programs that our team does outside of our 10 to 1. So they do smoke alarms. So if you have smoke alarms, if you are here in Cobb and you have smoke alarms and you need to check whether they are working, or you're not sure, or they're out of date and you don't need to get on a ladder to do that, you fill out a form online. Our team will contact you, make sure that she will go over all of your smoke alarms, make sure that if you need to get new ones, she'll tell you exactly which ones to get, then our team will go out and install those for you. And then on top of that, we do what we call Corporate Cobb, and that is a program for any business in our community that needs to go through escape plans, their evacuation, floor warden. Our team will go out there and do that, and then we have a ton of senior programs that we take on with that. So they do a lot more than just our students. So you can check all of that out online. Also, I just wanted to share that we are in the summer months, so now we open our doors to the public. We had our first Family Fun Safety Day. We do 3 in the summer. So our next one is June 23rd and then July 22nd. And so we are here from 9 to 1. We will do shortened versions of tours through Sparky's house. So if you have kids, grandkids, whatever, you can bring them and go through that. And then we have all of our public safety vehicles that are here, so you get to go and explore through those. But everything, so it's educational and fun all in one. And so we do that. And then a couple of other events, we'll do an autistic camp that we do in April. So that's already happened. And then we do a safety day in Spanish, which is very similar to Family Fun Safety Day. We just do it in Spanish. Or un poquito. But that's what we strive for. So we always have our bilingual officers and firefighters that come in to help with that as well. Are there any questions before we get started and go that I can answer? Yes, ma'am.
So I know you said you do kindergarten, 2nd, 4th.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a reason why those 3 grades?
That's a great question. So we used to do 1st, 3rd, and 5th. I don't really know the reason of why going to kindergarten or 2nd, 4th. I can tell you the reason I think so is because 3rd and 5th grade have a lot of standardized testing that they have to do. So trying to maneuver around. 4th grade now has more in the last 4 years than we did when we first started, and so we've had to shuffle things around to be able to get everybody, and so that's what I think. Plus, I also think we just get to them sooner, right? Yeah. So in kindergarten, if we can start fire education soon, then because those are the young people that we're going to lose in a fire, because they're going to get scared, they're going to hide under their bed, we're not going to be able to find them, and so that's the reason I think, but I don't have an official answer, but that's the one we're going to go with. So, any other questions?
You spoke about
Yes.
they are all becoming training.
Yes, ma'am.
How does that work? Do they bring their aides with them, or
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
they assist them through the program?
We sure do. We sure do. Now, we do have a lot of, just for our regular classes, if 2nd grade, if they have special needs that want to come with the Gen Ed classes, they can do that. And they can either stay with their group, or we split them up if we have an extra line, and we have specialized educators that will go through that program, because trying to do everything that we do with regular, they're not gonna get it. And we want them to capture 2 or 3 good pieces of information, and that's what we'll
And
do.
it depends on what type of all.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah, no, great question, yes ma'am. Any other questions? Yes ma'am.
You said you have sponsors.
Yes ma'am.
Are they, from the county, or are they?
They're private, and when we go out back, you'll see all their names up there. Yep, and I'll talk about each and every one of them, so, yeah. So there, but now, for this building itself, I have fire funds that pay and maintain this building. It's only out back that creates our town that is sponsor driven, and those dollars, I maintain those buildings out back with sponsor dollars. And I'll talk more about that when we get out back, but yes, ma'am. Good question.